was close. It's Keith's hoodie. There's something in it. Aha, the keys to the house. No, I have to go around for that.
Oh, I see. Okay. Oh, yeah, there was some sort of glitch. I was supposed to be able to go over there.
It's locked.
Oh shit, use the fucking key.
Some thin wire. This might do the trick. At least he won't be able to get away. Okay, that'll hold.
Cool.
Keith's gun. My visions showed this ending badly. Max, I know you'll hate me for all the things I'm going to do, but I won't let anyone else suffer like we did. Hey, what's this? Hey, what's this? There. Oh, look at this. It must be that drug he uses to knock his victims out. I'll take a peck, or two, or maybe 3. He was always messy, but now he's a pig.
Yes. One newspaper and 2 books. Whoa.
Okay, that'll hold. Keith, come out of there now!
Cool. Cordelia?
Surprised? I figured that since I was locked up and you didn't come to visit me, I'd come to visit you.
I wanted to, Cordy. I just didn't know what I would say. What you did was...
Stupid. I should never have taken the blame for what you did. I felt so broken. I thought I'd protect you. And I wanted to understand. Why? Why, Keith?
Because I need to. I can't fight it. I just need to.
That's it? You destroy our lives. You force me to kill Max, and that's all you can say? I need to?
I could usually suppress or ignore it, but that night in Max's office, when I found out the truth, it changed. Suddenly, I felt cut off from you two, from everyone. There was no reason to suppress it anymore.
I want to try to forgive you, Keith.
Can you? You have to understand that this is something I can't control, Cordelia. I must kill.
I understand the need to kill. It stirred in me when I killed Max.
Killing doesn't make us monsters. It just makes us human. And because I'm human, I still love you, Cordelia. I always did.
People like us, we can still love.
Yes. And even though I never felt anything for Max like I have for you, I just couldn't control the need to kill him, to understand what made him tick.
I'm sure Max is grateful for what we did. Together.
Do you think he understood why we did it? Do you still prefer him over me?
Keith, I always preferred you. Come here, Keith.
Cordy. What are you waiting for? You did it to Max. You can do it again. Pull the trigger. Because if you don't stop me now, I'll kill again. You can't, can you?
So much for the drugs. The pain of her past is not over yet. But pain has made her strong, and the past must be uncovered if the future is to become clear. Erica?
Cordelia, I've been looking for you.
You've found me now.
But this is not how it's supposed to be.
Get me the fuck out of here!
It'll be all right.
Whoa.
Trust me. Ask Rose about Bao Tan. He will point the way. The choices are hers. The path is before her. And it will bring us either justice or condemnation.
Erica. Erica, my dear. Are you okay? Did you find what you were looking for?
I saw Cordelia. Everything's gone to shit, Rose. I feel like I should hate Cordelia after all she's done, but I don't. But Sully? Davies? Oh God. John. Is it so wrong if I say that some part of me understands her?
Erica, Scions have an affinity for empathy. Whatever horrors Cordelia has committed, you cannot help but connect to her human side. The woman she was before, the woman she could have been.
Who is Bao Tan, Rose?
Did you say Bao Tan? Oh dear. I haven't heard that name in so very long.
Cordelia mentioned it in my vision.
I'm not sure I want to talk about this.
Please, Rose. I don't know if I can trust her, but this must be important. I have to find her. I have to stop her and her brother. Rose?
Sometimes I can remember the particular smell of the jungle. It was musty and salty, and yet I liked it. It was summer of '72 in Vietnam. I had come with the Catholic Relief, posted in a remote village, helping those affected by the war.
You were in Vietnam? A nun? Why doesn't that surprise me?
No, not a nun, a volunteer. It was a hot morning. Vietnamese soldiers patrolled the area just as they would regularly. I was taking a few hours off, sitting in the plaza outside the village temple. I was watching the kids play ball and looking at a figurine a priest from the temple had given to me, all while trying to do some reading. It was so hot that I couldn't concentrate on my book. And that's when I noticed him.
Bautin?
Yes, there was a wretched man standing under the shadow of a tree, walking back and forth, mumbling nonsense under his breath. In those days, it was not an uncommon thing. War drives people mad, and so I thought he was just another miserable soul still looking for a lost wife or child. Those were desperate days. Sad days, my dear.
What happened then?
Out of nowhere, the man started screaming like a madman, scaring the children. He would run from one child to the next, raving about fires in the sky. Of course, it was not long before the soldiers took him away and threw him in a cell. People were already scared enough. They didn't need a madman to start stirring nonsense.
Was it? Nonsense?
I saw the man's eyes as he was being carried away. They made me very uneasy. But they took him away, and the plaza went back to normal. Hours passed. I got lost in my reading, and then a bright light came, and there was a noise, a big boom. The impact threw me against the wall of the church. I awoke under rubble and dust and blood. There was the body of a dead child next to me. She was holding a doll in her hands. And I remembered the man's word, fire in the skies.
What happened to him?
Bautin was branded a spy, a Viet Cong. No one could have known what happened unless they were privy to that information. In the following nights, I became haunted by visions of him, and I could not stop seeing his eyes, those tortured eyes. I requested they let me see him. It was not easy, but they allowed me to serve as a spiritual counsel to him.
They were going to execute him.
Yes, but not before they tortured him in order to extract information. The day I came to his cell, he would not meet my eyes. He lowered his eyes like a scared puppy. It took me days to reach him, but eventually I did.
What did he tell you, Rose?
He told me that he would feel things, and that this time he had seen the fire in the sky. I went to see him day after day, trying to grant some measure of peace to a hopeless man. I believe I did some good for him, that I was a friend to him when the whole world had abandoned him. When they executed him, he told me something. It's a shame to say that the exact words escape me. I remember his eyes, his soul, and to this day I live by our moments together. I would like a moment to myself.
Okay.
Rose, I don't understand what Cordelia wanted me to learn by this, but I need to try. Would you give me permission to look into your memories?
Oh, my dear.
I won't push you if you don't want me to, but I need to know this, Rose. I might be able to make you remember exactly what he told you. Wouldn't you want to remember that?
Sometimes, yes. But there are some memories better left alone. I will let you, but if I say stop, please stop.
I promise. A temple. I wonder what religion it belongs to. Rose was reading a book, but which? It was given to Rose by the temple priest. It was given to Rose. It was given to Rose by the temple priest.
This thing?
It was given.
Really?
What could have happened to him? The children were scared. They were playing with that ball. I wonder what village this is. The children. I wonder what. They thought he was crazy. Rose doesn't remember this. I need to find out what this flag really looks like. She's so lucky to have survived.
I don't think luck has anything to do with it, my dear.
Did I say that out loud? Was Rose using a name other than her own? She doesn't remember it. I need to find out. It got burned as badly as that little girl. This is horrible. He gave her something. Rose doesn't remember what he gave her? I need to find out more about this. He gave her. She doesn't remember what she told him? They were going to execute him. They were going to. She suffered. This is what I need to dig up. But I'm gonna have to clear her memory fully and replace all the missing pieces before I can see what she has locked here. It was given to Rose by the temple. A temple. I wonder what religion it belongs to. Did you ever find out why he said the things he did?
Yes, but I do not wish to think about that. It's too hurtful for me to think about them.
What temple was that?
It's a Cao Tai temple. There are a few of those in Vietnam.
The kids were playing with a ball.
Yes, I found that ball later and kept it.
What village was this?
The outskirts of Trang Bang and South Vietnam.
What book were you reading, Rose?
Oh, my dear, I don't remember.
Do you remember what the flag of the temple looked like?
I can't remember, my dear.
Why can't you remember your name?
I'm Rose Duvalier, but when I went to Vietnam, they gave us different last names in order to protect us.
So that the enemy couldn't identify your family to blackmail you.
Yes, and I do not remember what that name was. Look in the top left drawer of my desk. Maybe you can find something there to aid you, my dear.
What did he give you, Rose?
Check that shelf over there.
What did you tell him, Rose? About what he could do?
Isn't it obvious, my dear?
Didn't you try to stop them from executing him?
I tried. I moved heaven and earth trying to find a way to grant him a pardon, but those were not granted easily. I could not save him. Listen, my dear, sometimes the forces of the universe are stronger than our fiercest wishes, and as much as we have to try, there comes the time when we must accept whatever path the universe has prepared for us. I did not know that then, of course. Part of what I learned from Bao Tan was how to stop believing I could change everything and instead just do what I could to comfort him while he still lived. Sometimes all we can do is simply let go.
The Alchemy of Happiness. Wait, what's this? It's a piece of a picture. This is Rose in Vietnam, but I can't see the whole thing. It's been ripped. The Book of Chuang Tzu. Nothing in this one, except that it was owned by a Matt Warrener. The Prophet? Damn, there's nothing here. The Tao of Physics. This book was published about 3 years after Rose was in Vietnam, so this couldn't be it.
Alright, then it's this one.
This is the shelf Rose told me to check. There's so many of them. Which one am I looking for? It's only a piece of a photo. Is that Rose? There was something here before. Could it be what I'm looking for? There's so many of them. It's beautiful. This must be what Bao Tan gave Rose.
Okay.
There's so many of them. I don't have enough pieces to make a clear picture. It was given to... What could have happened to him? The children was... They thought he was crazy.
Imagine that. Still need to figure out her name.
Look in the top left drawer of my desk. Maybe you can find something there to aid you, my dear.
The Book of Shuang Tzu. Nothing in this one, except that it was owned by a Matt Warrener.
Warrener, is that her name?
The Tao of Physics. The Prophet.
I know what you can do. I know you will do good by those like us. I can see it. You will be an angel among those like us.
Oh,
I too
Rose.
have failed, my dear, many times. But we must always pick ourselves up and keep on going. I couldn't save Baltan, but to this day I keep his spirit with me.
You could hear him. You can read minds, Rose? You're one of us?
I can see and hear people's thoughts, my dear. That must be what Cordelia wants you to know.
But why?
I do not know, my dear, but it is certainly something that she has foreseen, and it is undoubtedly part of a plan.
So Cordelia is like Baltan. She can see the future. And just like him, she was judged for a crime she did not commit.
This is a very powerful kind of scion, Erica. Also a very cursed one. Those who can see the future are plagued by their visions in ways far worse than those like you who can see the past. I tried to help Cordelia, but the events that unfolded around her came too swiftly to be stopped.
Rose, But how come I could see the future?
I've been thinking about that. It is true that every yin has its yang, and when you bring together scions with contrasting but complementary powers, especially a pair still learning to cope with them, uncontrollable things happen and the powers can clash. What you saw was a vision Cordelia had in the past, her vision of the future, but because it had to do with you, it triggered whenever you were close to her.
So, in the parking lot at the station, and again in the hangman crime scene. But then, why didn't I see it when I met her at the cemetery?
You were probably more susceptible to danger in those other occasions. But I don't have all the answers, Erica. What I do know is that this power links you to each other, which is how you connected to her past so easily at the Inthon Towers.
Why were you so sure that John was in danger?
He confided in me about a few things, and there were other things I read. But it was when you called me from the towers that I made the full connection. What they did to Cordelia after Max's death, it haunted Jean in ways you cannot imagine.
Do you blame her, Rose?
That is a very hard question to answer. I feel for all the scions out there, but in this short time, you have known her better than I ever did, probably better than anyone else. The question is, do you blame her?
I don't know how to begin to answer that question, Rose. Let me entertain a thought here, Rose. You can read minds, and Cordelia wanted me to know this. Now, I know you keep saying your memory is fuzzy, but I need you to concentrate on what I'm about to ask you.
Go on.
When Cordelia was here, was there anything that you read from her thoughts? Anything special? Anything that seemed to matter to her or that could tell me where she or Cain might be?
That would be a very hard thing to... Wait. When Cordelia's visions would overtake her, I would ask her to focus on a place that would calm her down.
And did you read her?
I'm seeing it in my thoughts right now.